This
Today's session,
conference will now be
we
recorded.
are going to discuss about Jenkins job creation and then how to configure Jenkins masters, install and configure Jenkins. Okay, so already we discussed about this part of installation. Here, in terms of the real execution environment has been concerned, there will be three types of environment that we have discussed. One, we have development environment. Another one, we have QA or test environment, and third environment is production environment. Okay, here, this is the environment where developer develops the code and pushes the code into a repository. Here we will be having a repository like a GitHub. GitHub is a public repository where all the codes associated with the project has been shared. There may be multiple developers. Okay, they develop the corresponding models and pushes the code to the GitHub repository. Here, what we are going to do. So here, for the DevOps engineer, the developer will give the URL of the repository. Okay, URL of the repository where we have the source code. Similarly, the URL of the repository, testers also will give, both developers as well as the testers will give the URL where we have the source code for testing. Okay, both the source code for the program and the associated testing source code will be placed in the public repository like GitHub. Okay, from the Jenkins, what it will do? Jenkins will there will be a Jenkins server configured. And the Jenkins server will continuously look for the repository. If there is any new entity, here it will take it, download it using the Maven. It will do this compilation and so on. Here in this environment, what we are going to set up here is we are going to set up Jenkins server in the development environment. Okay, so Jenkins will be having here in the QA and test. We are going to configure Apache Tomcat. Okay, we are going to configure application server Tomcat. So both in production and in testing environment. Here, the Jenkins, what it will do with the help of Maven, it will do this compilation. So we have a program, a source code program. Okay, so here it will download. What we need to do, we want to configure Jenkins while creating a job. We are going to create a job in Jenkins. So in this job, we need to configure the source code location where the source code is. The source code is in GitHub, and we want to specify the URL of GitHub. Okay, GitHub URL. So for those who are new, I will take a separate session for Git and GitHub in the coming weeks. Okay, no need to worry about what is Git and what is GitHub. So for Pragnaya and for Arul. Okay, so I will take a separate session for GitHub. So as of now, you just make a note that the source code associated with the program and the source code associated with this testing has been stored in a location, okay, which is a repository, public repository. The component that we use for this is GitHub. Okay, it is an open source public repository where all the codes can be managed. Okay, from this Jenkins will download, and Jenkins what we will do, it will download from this GitHub repository and take the program, and the Jenkins will integrate with the Maven using some plugins. Okay, we want to integrate Jenkins with the Maven using some plugins. Similarly, we want to integrate Jenkins with the Java, so using some plugins. So based upon this interaction, Jenkins will take the source code and it will instruct the Maven with the help of Java to compile the source code, and then it will check for doing this compilation process. It will check for syntax and semantics. In case any syntax error or in case any semantics error, immediately all can I able to hear me? Arun sir,
Yes, sir.
everyone? Yeah, yes. Okay, no issue, Sham. it will do this syntax and compile, and the compilation, for example, if you have like one.java is the source code, one test.java is the test code. Let me take for simplicity, one.java will be compiled into one.class. Okay, so and laterally what you need to do. So similarly, we have developer one, one.java, developer two module is two.java, developer 3 3.java. So now we have three class files. Okay, one.class, two.class, and three.class. Everything need to be combined into a single unit. We call this as a artifact. Okay, so project dot, let me make it project.jar. So this is called as artifact. This is the running version. Okay, so here this is the application version. So here the application will be built continuously by Jenkins with the help of Maven. Okay, so this is the process that we are going to exhibit today. After that, what do we need to do? Where the application will be there. So the application that we have developed, so here project.jar will be in Jenkins, and laterly what we can do, we can take this project.jar from this development machine into the QA testing machine. We have project.jar here. So here, once again, here the testers, what they do, they have a test program, one test.java. Once again, Jenkins will download, and here it will apply this test case to the project.java. The one test.java, so will be applied to what are all the test cases that is defined will be applied to project.java. Okay, this is the name that we want to give. It is any name that we can give. So in my example, I made it as a project.java. Here, for example, it may have several functionalities. This test Java program will test against these functionalities. All the functionalities are working fine or not. For example, one such example, if there is a username and password, okay, want to verify. So the test case will be username and password correct, username wrong, password correct. Okay, what to do? Username correct, password wrong, what to do? Username and password both wrong, what to do? Username entered, password not entered, what to do? So like it will validate for each and every test cases. Okay, so once everything is perfect, what it will do? Now the test will be clear that this product data will be taken to the production environment. So in this test, several tests will be applied. Okay, this project are subjected to. So we may have a unit test, we may have a integration test, we may have a performance test. Like okay, every test how it performs artificially. Some loads will be injected, so it will test for the performance of the particular application. After everything has been done, there is a final test called UAT test. User acceptance test. UAT stands for. Okay, so this test cases need to be written by the testers. It is not the role of DevOps engineer to take care of. The DevOps engineer role is to integrate, that's all, to configure the environment which do the thing in an automated manner. Not the developer's role, not the tester's role. We have separate people for that. Okay, user, the end user, once everything is perfect and the end user want to accept, okay, this is the application which I am looking for. It contains all the features without any error. It works properly. So after this UAT only, that particular project.jar so will be taken to the production where the end user starts working. Here the continuous flow from the development machine into the testing machine into the production machine can be automated by using a concept called as by Jenkins. We're using a concept called Jenkins pipeline that we will discuss at the end. Okay, how to configure. Just the developer want to develop the code and push the code into the repository. All the process that we have mentioned here will be done automatically, and the particular artifact will be implemented in QA, and from QA to production, and then end user starts working here. Okay, this is the flow. Today's discussion is going to be with the installation of. Already we had install of Jenkins. Okay, and then we are going to discuss about how to install. So since the old account, okay, was terminated, so I want to install a new machine. Okay, So we will install Jenkins and how to install this Tomcat. These are all the two things, and how to create a job and how to link the Jenkins with the GitHub and do the execution. And if time permits, we will discuss about how to configure a Jenkins master slave architecture. So how to set up the passwordless authentication between this master slave. These are all the agenda for today's session. Okay. So before going into today's session, if you have any doubt with respect to what we have discussed here, kindly let me know before proceeding.
Yeah, Raman, I have one question, Raman.
Okay. Yes, please.
So, yeah, that GitHub you said, right? It's a third-party tool, right?
Yeah.
So if the customer endpoint, we have that credentials, right? So how we will share the credentials to the GitHub?
Here,
Is it the right way, or
customer no
cannot
need to
support?
have an account with GitHub. Okay. So here we can have either a public repository or we can have a private repository. So both we can acquire GitHub for private by paying. If not, you can establish your own server. We have GitHub, we have Bitbucket, okay, several things, several third-party Atlassian products, or you can have your own. You can configure your own server repository similar to GitHub in our environment itself. It depends
Okay,
upon
there
the.
is licensed GitHub also there, right?
Yeah, we also have both the open source and we also have a paid version also.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Now, what we need to do? So let me how to install and configure a Jenkins master. So which is nothing but your Jenkins server. First, what we need for this, we go for a Ubuntu operating system Ubuntu 16 LTS. Okay. So therefore, create a instance. All these environment we are going to make use of AWS. Create an EC2 instance with the above set operating system with one microprocessor and 1 GB of RAM, which is free. That is your micro instance. You create a micro instance. Okay, that is enough for us. And then connect with this, update with the repository, and then step 3, you need to install Java, Git, and Maven. And then 4, install Jenkins. Okay, you want to, there are several ways by which you can install Jenkins. We are going to install Jenkins var. Okay, so this is the process that we already discussed. And then once it is installed, we need to configure Jenkins. Okay, let me do this process first. And then we go on with how to install and configure Tomcat. Let I connect with my machine and I connect with my AWS account. Okay, so here I am connected with Oregon. Let I launch an instance. Now let I go for a Ubuntu server, Ubuntu 16.04. Select. Go for a micro instance, 1 CPU, 1 GB. Next. Number of instance. Let I go for 2 instances. One for Jenkins and another one for Tomcat. Add a storage. Okay, 8 GB of storage, which is sufficient enough. Add a tag. Click on add tag. Name. Let I make it as Jenkins. Okay. Master. and in configure security group. Okay, so security group name Jenkins security group. Okay, you want to add a rule apart from SSH, you want to permit all traffic, okay, from anywhere, SSH from anywhere, review and launch, and you want to launch, you want to give a key pair. This is the key pair that we have created the WAP6 launch instance. Now we have two instances. So one is we can make it as a Jenkins master, another one we can make it as a test server or QA server. Now let me connect with this Jenkins master. The key is DevOps6. Yes, login as Ubuntu. The default username is Ubuntu. Let I connect, it got connected. Let I change settings. Let we improve the font size. Okay, now we have, I think so each and everyone can able to view it clearly. If I want to increase font size further, this is enough. Can I get a yes or no? Quick yes or no?
Enough, sir.
Okay. So first command sudo apt-get update to update with the repository. It will connect with the Ubuntu repository and it will download the needed patches and updated programs that it is needed for our machine. Next, you need to install Java. So before, let me check Java space -version. Java is not present. Okay, so let me install sudo apt. There are two ways by which you can install Java. One is open source Java. The another one you can go for the Oracle version of Java. It is your choice to decide. Okay, on the day itself, previous day itself, we discussed how to go for a Oracle based installation from a particular location. Okay, so the DigitalOcean, from the blocks of DigitalOcean cloud I discussed. So we go for this OpenJDK. Sudo apt-get install OpenJDK -8-JDK. Yes, now Java has been installed. Java space -version Java JDK 1.10. Okay, Java will be installed under the following location: cd user lib JVM, under which we can find OpenJDK. Here Java -8-OpenJDK. Here we can find a bin folder. Here this is the default location where Java has been installed. We can find Java compiler, Java, everything has been here. Okay, so you want to make a note of this location. This is called as Java's home path. This user lib JVM OpenJDK. So this is the location where we go for Java. Okay, cd/home So next, what do we need to do? You want to install Git and Maven. The command to install sudo apt-get install git space Maven. Okay, so git version, git has been installed, men version, Maven has been installed. Okay, so here Maven has been installed, men. This is the version of Maven. Okay, so Apache Maven 3.3.2, and then we have a Git. Okay, Git version 2.7.3, and we have Java JDK 1.8. Everything is perfect. Next, what we need to do? So here you want to set this Java's home path in a repository. Okay, in a file called .bashrc. That's the .bashrc file. Under home Ubuntu, there is a folder .ssh. Okay, being it is a hidden folder, it is prefixed with .ssh. Move to the folder. Here you can find this authorized underscore keys. Okay, so no, we will go for this. Now we have ls under the each and every user. That is, there is a home directory. The user being it is Ubuntu. For each and every user, the configuration that need to be configured will be present under a file called .bashrc. Bash run control script. We call this as .bashrc file. So in the .bashrc file, you want to set the Java's home path. Okay. So how to set the Java's home path? The command to set the Java's home path here is open this .bashrc, open this .bashrc file, and here you want to use export capital letter Java underscore home equals the path user lib jvm this open jdk -8 like. Okay, so we have a Java installed location, is it? That path need to be specified here. Okay, so after that save, and you want to source it once again, source .bashrc. Why so? Because so since the bashrc file will be read only during the starting of the server, only during the start of the machine. Okay, so since we have added this Java's home path after start of the machine, if this need to be registered to the kernel, what we need to do? We want to restart the machine. So in real time, if we restart the machine, all the services which is running on the machine will be down, and there is a business discontinuity. End user couldn't able to access until it got restarted. To overcome from that, what we do here is we go for another thing called source the bashrc file. The source command, what it will do? It will instruct the Linux kernel to reread the bashrc file. Okay, so that the thing, the specified information Java's home path is set. That is the reason why we go for this source bashrc. In case if you have any problem in bashrc file, by performing source itself, it will show the output. If there is any error, the error will be listed. If not, it will take to the prompt if there is no error. Okay, so this is the way by which you can set this Java's home path. So here we have already Java's home path. Okay, so I will show the Java home path. Where Java is, I already opened up. So this is the location. Okay, copy, move to the system. Here Open the file. So ls won't list the file. ls -al. Okay, it will list the .basrc file. So here you can find .basrc. Okay, open the file. Sudo vi .basrc. So here you can insert at any location. Okay, here you can move to any location or insert, or you can move to the end of the line or you can insert. It is your choice. Okay, so let I move to the end of the file and simply press O. It will take you to a new line. If you press O, it will take you to a new line. Here the thing that you have copied, right click, the copied file will be pasted here. User lib jvm open jdk. Okay, escape :wq. Now perfect. What you need to do, source .basrc. Now everything is perfect. It won't okay display any error. So now all the needed informations have been configured. Next step, what you need to do, so you need to install Jenkins. Where to go for? Go for Google, download Jenkins. It will take you to a Jenkins site. Okay, jenkins.io.download. Go to the location. There are two versions of Jenkins. One is weekly release, another one is long-term release. Okay, so we have long-term support. We want to go for this long-term support. There are here you go for generic Java package var. Right click and copy the link address. Come to your machine. Wget is the command webget to connect with the URL and download the right click. Now webget is the command which is used to connect with this concerned web server and download the Jenkins var file. Okay, now Jenkins var file has been downloaded. All the commands that we are doing so can be done on a virtual machine that you created using VMware itself. If you don't aware of cloud, okay, that is also possible. So if you are comfortable with the virtualization, you create a virtual machine with the Ubuntu 16.0 for LTS ISO file and do all the thing. There is no difference. Now you have Jenkins.war file. Okay, so here to start Java -jar jenkins.war. Okay, this is the command Java -jar jenkins.war. So it will start the Jenkins. What stands for web archive. Now Jenkins has been started. Jenkins initial setup is required. Okay, so Jenkins is fully up and running. So here, while installing Jenkins, you want to give your administrator password. That password can be found under the following location. Okay, so this is the password. This is the password that we are looking for. This password can be found under the following location. Therefore, open a new, right click, duplicate session, login as Ubuntu, and let me connect with this. Okay, so to differentiate, let I change the color. Change settings, colors, background color. Let I make it as blue. Okay, so here what I need to do. So you want to do some password. Okay, here we can find the password under home Ubuntu .jenkins. Okay, you can find the password. cd/home ubuntu.jenkins ls. Here you can find this password file. Okay, so the file name here is secrets. Under secrets you have an initial admin password. Under secrets there is a file called. So initial admin password. You need the file. Okay, you can find that cat initial admin password. This is the password that you need during the installation. You need this password. Okay, how to install? So let I open a URL, a new URL, and here I want to take this server, Jenkins server. Okay, the IP address, public DNS IP address of the server. Simply copy and paste it, Control V, and you want to give a port number 8080. This is the default port number where Jenkins is running. Okay, now it will take you to a setup of Jenkins. Okay, now this is the password, administrator password. We have this password. So into the following location, this is the password that we look for. Simply Control C. Okay, go to the browser, Control V, continue. Arun, your problem has been solved yesterday. It will ask for customize Jenkins, install suggested plugins. Click on the suggested plugins. Some default plugins will be installed. It will start installation. Okay, we have Git, Subversion, Workspace, and okay, email, Gradle. These are all some build tools and open source tools. Okay, automatically some plugins will be installed by default, and if you want some additional plugins, you want to configure manually. Okay, we will discuss how to do all those things. This is the way by which you need to do this Jenkins installation. Now you can find the list of plugins that it is installed here. Okay, it will ask for the username. Let me give admin. Let me give the same password, admin. Confirm password. Okay, admin. Full name Raman. Email address Raman sriranga@gmail.com. Okay, save and continue. Now this is the URL where you can start. This is the where you can start the Jenkins. Okay, click on save and finish. It will ask for whether to start using Jenkins. Click on start using Jenkins. It will take you to the Jenkins dashboard. This is the dashboard that you will get once you install Jenkins successfully. Okay, I requested all of you to install and configure Jenkins. Whether this activity has been over, so go to manage Jenkins. Here you can configure system, configure global security, configure credentials, global 2 configuration. Okay, if you want to install plugins, manage plugins. Okay, and so if you click on manage plugins, it will have updates available, installed and advanced. If we click on install, it will list all the plugins currently installed. These are all the plugins that has been installed. If you want to install more plugins, click on okay available. Here it will list all the plugins from the Jenkins repository which plugin that you are interested. For example, if you are going to do a build on .NET, you need to go for Microsoft Build. Choose this plugin and click install without restart. Okay, so it will install the needed plugin. I will let you know some plugins how to install. This is the way by which we can install. You can go to the dashboard, and here if you want to do some global configurations, okay, click on manage Jenkins. So configure system. Similarly, global tool configuration, everything. Okay, so here configure systems will take you configuring the path for Java, configuring the path for Maven, etc., etc. So you need to aware of all the things. So now we can find this is the home directory of Jenkins. Okay, so here number of executors, it is number of executors here is marked as 2. What it is meant by here, as we already discussed, so here Jenkins is a master slave architecture. Now everything is perfect, we have configured everything. Okay, everything is perfect now. Jenkins is a master slave architecture. We have a Jenkins master server and we have a Jenkins slave server. Okay, here while executing a job, so the job you want to specify the slave, under which slave the job need to be executed. If you don't specify the slave, what happens here is the job will run on master. Okay, so here the Jenkins master is used to control all the slave. There will be hundreds and thousands of slave machines where multiple jobs might have been running. Here in the Jenkins master's role, okay, is used to manage all the jobs, is used to manage all the slave nodes. Apart from that, if it want to execute a job and it will be overloaded, therefore to restrict, you couldn't make Jenkins master to run multiple jobs concurrently. What you can do, you can restrict the number of jobs that can run on the master. How to restrict the jobs running on the master? So using this parameter. So by default value it is given as 2. Okay, that means default number of executors 2 means at any point of time only 2 jobs can be run on a Jenkins master if the slave is not specified. That's the meaning for that. Okay, you just make a note. So these are all some global properties. So here that you need to specify. This is the Jenkins location. Okay, and then we have, I will let you know if you go for Docker, Git plugin, where to go for everything. Okay, so similarly go to the, these are all the parameters, okay, that comes on the Jenkins. Similarly, you can configure. So configure global to configuration. Click on global to configurations. Here you can configure the path for the Java. You can configure the path for Maven. You can configure the path for Git. You can configure the path for the, okay, Docker. These are all the things that you need to configure. Okay, so how to configure that we will discuss. So back to the dashboard. So this is the way by which you need to install Jenkins. Anyone faced any difficulty during Jenkins installation? If yes, please let me know. I will resolve what may be your problem. All tried and successful?
Yes.
So I got a yes only from Pragniya. What is the status of Rajesh, Sham,
No, sir.
Dinesh? Why? Yesterday itself I requested you all.
I had some problem with the system, sir. Here.
So you have problem. Apart from that, if you have any problem with the Jenkins installation, please share what problem that you have faced. All may have the same problem. I will let you know the solution. Yes, Dinesh, whether you configured.
Sir, I'm able to. I have created the account and Ubuntu. I have installed Jenkins, but when I created the duplicate session, I have used the original session, so it shows some exception. So again, I need to try again today.
Okay, exception means if it is warning, no need to worry about that. Okay, usually warning, some may show warning. If it is a error only, we need to have a concern. Okay, Why so? Because you want to do the practical concurrently. Today onwards, we will start the practical. So if you couldn't able to install, you couldn't do any practical. So waste of time for both of us. So my request is, I want each and everyone to install and configure. Okay, Sham, what is the status? Whether you install configure successfully? In just a minute. So if not, try to install, try to complete today. Okay. Next, what we are going to do? We are going to install Tomcat. Okay, Apache Tomcat. So on QA server and production server, we have a machine. Okay, called QA server. Let I connect with the machine. So how to install Tomcat? The sequence of steps that we need to follow for installing Tomcat is: once again, install and configure Tomcat. How to install and configure Apache Tomcat. Here we are going to install Tomcat version 8. So connect to this QA server. First you make an update the repository. It is the best practice to go for update the repository before installing anything. And then next you need to install Java. You need to have same version of Java, JDK 8 here also. Okay, and laterly you can install Tomcat. So after installing Tomcat, you can find a folder by name etc Tomcat. If it is 8, if it is 7, here you can find a file called Tomcat -users.xml file. Tomcat -users.xml file. In the users.xml file, you want to add a user with the following tag: username. You kindly make a note of it. Username equal. For example, I am going to add a user by name Thiru. Password equals true. Okay, so I need to specify a role. Roles equal, this user need to be given a manager role. Therefore, managed hyphen script. So this is the entry that I want to add to the Tomcat hyphen users.xml. Why so? Because here the Jenkins master, while trying to connect with this QA server, will need a credential. Okay, a credential that we need to add. So it will ask for credential, and we will give credential through and through so that it can make a connection. Okay, so this is the entity that you need to go for. Slash Tomcat hyphen users. Okay, so open the tag and close the tag. So this is the entry that you want to make on the Tomcat users. Okay, Tomcat hyphen users, open tag and close tag, and username along with the roles need to be configured. And after that, what you need to do, save the file and start the service. Sudo service, service name Tomcat 8 restart. Okay, the Tomcat will be restarted. So you want to do the same steps in the production machine also. Please make a note of it. I don't know what. Okay, let me do this installation now. Let I connect with the machine. Okay. Let I open another session. It should be not a duplicate session, new session. So because we are going to connect with the new instance. This is the instance QA server. Copy the DNS of QA server. Go to this and the host name, paste it, SSH, authentication, browse, choose the key. So here DevOps6.ppk, open, yes, login as Ubuntu. Okay, right click, change settings, appearance, then we change the font size, bold, 12. To differentiate, let me change the color, default background color. We can make it as a red, test server as a red color. This is our test server. Okay, now we have, this is our test server. This is our Jenkins, okay, where we are running. Okay, let me connect with the test server and do update. Sudo apt-get update. So next what we need to do, okay, you want to install Tomcat. Sudo, so let me install the apt-get install. Open JDK -8 -JDK. Okay, you install Java, the same version of Java. Now Java has been installed. Next you want to install Tomcat. Sudo apt-get install Tomcat 8. Now after installing Tomcat, what you need to do? Okay, you can check it. Sudo service name status. Tomcat is active and running. Okay, sudo service name is Tomcat status. It is running. Okay. So let me connect to the same screen. Duplicate session of Tomcat. So what you need to do? You need to open a file under etc. Okay, move on to cd etc/tomcat8. ls. Here you can find a file by name. Okay, tomcat-users.xml file. Sudo vi tomcat-users.xml. Here what you need to do? So you want to add the following thing under tomcat users.xml. username. Okay, you want to add the following thing: role name. Here you can find Tomcat -users. Here you want to add this. So these are all the command statements. You need not to worry about that. So let me add a a new line. Here what you need to add? Open a notepad and type the content. Okay. So what you need to do? You want to add user space username equals 0. Here password equals 0, and then you want to add a roles equals manager, okay, hyphen script slash close the tag. Okay, so you want to add this username. You can add any username or any password, but the role should be manager underscore. I am going to add a username by name to right click, copy. So move to the location. Here what you need to do, simply right click, it will insert. Okay, so you want to make it between Tomcat iPhone users and end Tomcat iPhone users. Okay, here escape :WQ. Now the user has been set. Why we need this user? When Jenkins try to connect with this QA server, it need a credential. For that, you need to set up a credentials for Jenkins under the following. Now sudo, everything is perfect. Now sudo service name Tomcat, to make it Tomcat 8 restart. Yes, perfect. Now you can get the status sudo service Tomcat 8 status. Tomcat has been running now. Okay. So now what you need to do, open a URL. Okay, use this DNS address of Tomcat server. Tomcat also runs on 8080. Control V :8080. It will take you to the Tomcat server. Now it works. Okay. So here if you see this page via web browser, it means that you have set up Tomcat successfully. Okay. So this is the Tomcat default user space. And then what you need to do, okay, so you want to install Tomcat admin also. Okay. So you need to install Tomcat admin. The command to install Tomcat admin here is, okay, similar to installing Tomcat. So you should have installed admin sudo apt-get install Tomcat 8-admin. Okay, please take this. Tomcat and Tomcat admin need to be installed. And after that, you want to restart the service. Tomcat status, which is running. Once again, after installing admin, restart the service. That's perfect. So this is the way by which you need to install Tomcat. That's clear. This process need to be done on another server called production server also. Okay, now let me create a job here. So now Jenkins is running. This is our installation part. Let me close. This is the dashboard. So how to create a job? These are all the So to create a job, simple job. Okay, click on new items, or please create a job to get started. Okay, create new jobs. Click on new item. So it will ask for an item name. Let I go for a development job. Okay, the name of the job is development job. Let I go for a freestyle project. Okay, so okay, click on OK. Now it will take you to the another window. Here, what you need to do? Okay, in general, okay, So this execute concurrent builds, project is parameterized. We will discuss all these things. Okay. So if you go for this source code management, now you can find you want to specify the source code. Since we have already configured Git, what you need to do, the URL will be given by the GitHub repository. If you click on Git, the repository URL will be given by the developer. Where to look for the program. Okay, I have a repository URL, so I will share you. Okay, so now we can take a repository URL which I got from W. It is an open account. So you can share your own URL. If you have your own account, you upload the program into the account. You can share the URL https github.com. Okay, so here I got this is one URL, a public URL, selenium hyphen. I will share you another URL. For this session, I am making use of it. I will let you know how to create a repository. Already we have discussed how to create a repository. I will share you the same file. Okay, so okay. So let me paste this URL. So next, what you need to do, once the URL has been specified, you want to apply and save. Now that URL, you don't need to worry about the URL. The URL will be given by the developer. The test URL will be given by the tester. Okay, you can write a sample Java program and upload it to the repository. And we already discussed how to create a repository in GitHub and how to create a program. You can create your own program and do this. Okay, so back to dashboard. Now we can find a job by name development job. Since the name of the job is development, the job by name development will exist. What you need to do, you want to run the job. Okay, so how to run the job? Simply click on this run. Here you can find scheduled build for development. Okay, click on this. Now the job will start executing. Else you can go to this. Now you can click on build now, or you can do some configurations here, anything. Okay, so both the thing works fine. Either you can directly click on here, or you can go for build now. Build is done. Okay, click on this. So now we can find we have two builds, two times that since we have clicked. This is the first build. Click on this build. Now you can find a console output, a tag called console output. Click on console output. So here you can find started by user Raman. Okay, it got connected with this particular GitHub repository, and then it downloaded the needed thing and it finished the success. Okay, so here the success message. This is the small program which let you know how to download from repository and how to do the things. Okay, this is the way by which you can go for back to the project. We can also verify the second build. Okay, so go to the console output. Now we can find the success messages. Everything is perfect. It is a success. Okay, so instead of downloading, you can directly specify your build. As of we have new item. Let I make as a job. Okay, let I make it as let me job 1. Once again a freestyle project. Okay. Oh, okay. So these are all the general description. A sample job. Okay. So GitHub project, build request, build is parameterized, source code. Okay. Build period. These are all the parameters that we need to go for. Build periodically, abort build. Okay. So if you want to, what you need to do in a build system. Okay. So here, being it is a shell command, you can execute a shell command. Click on shell. The command that you need to execute is echo space welcome. Welcome to Jenkins. Okay. This is the display that I want. Welcome to Jenkins. This is the one that instead of getting it from a repository, I am directly specifies the command, apply and save. Okay, perfect. Now we have two jobs, one development job, another one. If the status of color indicates whether the previous job is successful or not. If the status is blue, it indicates it got successfully executed. If the status is red, it indicates that the job is a failed job. Okay, now let's build this job. Choose the job and here build now. Now the job will start building. Okay, so when you click on this, you can find the job first build is success. Click on this build. Now console output. Now we can find echo welcome to Jenkins. Okay, this is the command that we have given. It successfully finished. So this is the way by which you can specify a job, create a job, and specify the location of the program. Either directly you can specify a command, or you can directly specify point out to the repository where you have stored that particular program, and from the GitHub it will download. Yes, clear? Any doubt? Please, any doubt? So if you don't want, simply delete the project. Okay, the project will be deleted. Now I will let you know how to set up a Jenkins master slave environment. Okay, this is the way by which you need to configure Jenkins. You need to configure simple. You want to do a lot of things. Okay, yet to go far. Just now we have started. So if you want to schedule automatically, yes, that is also. We will discuss all those things one by one. The job can be run to schedule automatically. Okay, go to this. Please make a note of it. At least you try to do what are all the things that we did on today. Okay, to schedule the job automatically, okay, what you need to do? So here, go to this, go to the job, okay, here, in this development job, what you need to do? Here there is an option called configure. Click on configure. So that we have source code management, go to build the triggers. So there is an option called build periodically. Okay, so if you want to make it build periodically, the schedule is here. You want to give the schedule, take the help, click on this. Now you want to give the schedule by means of 5 fields. Okay, first is the minute, hour, date of the month and date of the week. Okay, so we have a separate discussions what you need to do. You want to give in the following format. So for example, if I want to build each and every minute, okay, now we can take this here every 15 minutes. Okay, the build will happen here. Okay, so here the first option 15 represents, all other are asterisks. Okay, every 15 minutes. So every 10 minutes, if it want to happen in the first half of the hour, you want to give this. Okay, we will have a separate discussion for this. Now what we can do, simply my schedule is star 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 star. It will do this build every 1 minute once. Okay, for example, how to make it, apply and save. So sorry, build periodically schedule, you want to specify space. Okay, so every minute, all star means apply every minute once. Okay, it will run, the job will run. Now you can find that. So the job will run automatically. We have two builds, so every 1 minute once the job will run automatically. Now we can find, I don't do anything, I didn't do anything. We have a third build. Okay, similarly we have a fourth build. Why so? Because I scheduled the job to run automatically for every 1 minute once. So in real time, you want to specify whether to run every 1 hour, whether to run every day or every week. Like, okay, what is the month of the day? Like, we need to specify similar to that of cron tab. So if you already worked with the Linux environment, you guys are aware of cron tab is a utility which is used to run a job in a scheduler manner. Similarly, we can do this. Now you wait. Now fourth build will started at 9:06. Similarly, automatically each and every build will be started. This is the way by which you can schedule a job to run at a particular time. Now you can find automatically the fourth build started. Similarly, the build will happen every minute once. Okay, you can build, take the build back to the dashboard. So this is the way by which you can build it. These are all the build histories. Okay, this is the Jenkins build history. All the success jobs. So far we have 4 builds. Okay, development 1, 2, 3. So the time since it got built, first build started 10 minutes back. Okay, this is the time. And build is stable means there is no error with the builds. Okay, this is the way by which you can go for this. That's clear? Click on, it will take you to the dashboard. Okay. So if it is going on number of builds, okay, it will populate the page. Therefore, what you can do, you can discard the word builds. Okay, how to discard the word builds? So you can specify maximum number of builds to keep. I specify maximum number of builds to keep always 3. Okay, so apply, save. What happens at any point of time? Instead of 5 builds, only 3 build alone will be maintained. Last 3 build alone will be maintained. Okay, go to the dashboard. Now click on this. Now at any point of time, once you restart, only the first 3 builds will be maintained. Okay, it won't list all the builds. This is the way by which you can specify how many number of builds that you need to maintain. Yes, clear? Go to development, under which you need to go to configure. discard old bills, maximum number of bills to keep. Okay, so here 3 automatically. If not empty, build records will keep up to this number of days. There is 2 ways by which you can specify, either by specifying number of days or by number of bills to keep. Okay, here number of bill days. Here we have 3 specified 3 bills. Okay, everything is okay. So simply apply and save. And then here you have at any point of time, now you can find only the recent 3 bills alone will be listed. Now 1, 2, 3 has been disappeared. Why so? Because so you want only you don't need to populate with the old bills. You need only recent bills. That's the reason. Okay. So now you can find the status. No recent build failed. Yes, clear. This is the latest build line. At any point of time, only the latest 3 build will be. Okay. So if you don't want, go to the item, go to the job, simply delete the project. Yes, it will continuously do the build. Yes, perfect. So this is the way by which you need to configure. You can come out of the Jenkins. Similarly, okay, Jenkins was down. Similarly, go to Tomcat. This is the Tomcat server. You can come out of the Tomcat server. Okay, so URL, both Jenkins and Tomcat runs on the following URL. Once the activity has been over, it is a best practice to go and stop the instance. Click on stop. So if your instance is running, you want to pay unwantedly. So if you stop the instance, you no need to pay for any hardware except the hard disk. Okay, you no need to pay for your RAM, you no need to pay for your microprocessor. So whenever you do some practice, once the practice has been over, either you terminate the instance or you can stop the instance and you can make it restart whenever you need. Next 5 days we are not going to use this, therefore I stopped the instance. Only thing that I need to pay for is 8 GB hard disk, and to being it is free of cost, I no need to pay anything. So I request each and everyone to take an account in cloud and do the practice. Once again I am insisting, if and only if you do practical, then only you will be confident and you can able to clear any interview. Okay, to whatever extent I taught, you need to do the practice. If not, there is no use in it. So don't please hesitate. At least if not this week, try to install and configure in the coming week. If you have any doubt at any point of time, get me a time slot and I will connect to the machine and I will help you in case of any issues. Okay, Arun, I yet to get the answer from you. Yesterday you phoned me and there is a problem in Jenkins. Whether it is clear? Balaji, Dinesh, Rajesh, Pragnya.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
That's perfect. Any doubt in today's session?
No, sir. No.
Is clear? There are 2 ways
No,
I
sir.
can consider. Either everything is clear or everything is unclear. Doubt in sense, if nothing is known, there won't be any doubt. But I can take it as option. Rajesh sir?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
I have understood, sir, but I have to go through it again.
And then if and only if you
Video
do the
recording.
practice, then only you will acquire the needed confidence.
Okay. I have
Pragnya,
created the account already,
okay.
just to install the Jenkins.
Yeah, you do this. It is a matter of 10 minutes, that's all. If you
Okay.
configure by yourself, you will be happy. You can do the practice. If you
Okay.
get stuck, feel everyone, don't
I created
hesitate.
one. Raman, I created one instance, but I couldn't go take RDP and go into the Linux GUI.
Why you want to take RDP, remote desktop protocol? So if it is, you have created a Windows instance, is it?
No, I'm using Putty.
Okay. What is the problem it is showing?
It goes to the command prompt, not to the desktop.
It won't have desktop. Here though I have only command prompt. These are all command prompts, is it?
Yeah, correct.
You won't have desktop by default. Okay, here in cloud, only you can interact through command prompt. If you want to have a desktop, you need to configure separately. You want to install additional tool to configure a desktop. I will let you know in the coming session how to configure desktop. It need additional effort, but in a real time, you won't need a desktop. All our practice can be done on command line. That too, in real time, only command line alone will be used. Why so? Because if you use the desktop, being the servers are in remote servers, if you try to connect to those servers from your endpoint, it need a huge bandwidth if it is a guide-based interaction. That is the reason why everything will be associated with the graphical user interface will be disabled. You need to interact only command line. Okay, that is the best practice. So you do this. I also taught you only command line. I never used guide mode. Is it? If you are going up with virtualization, VMware based virtual machine, then by default you will get the both command mode as well as guide mode. Okay, whereas here in cloud only CLI mode is alone will be permissible.
Okay, understood.
Okay, you please make a note of it. So for Pragnaya and for Arul, I will take a separate session, okay, from the coming weeks for Git and GitHub.
Okay.
I will let you know. Okay, thanks a lot. So I think so, Pragnaya, you can able to follow this. Is it clear what we thought yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, you please do the practice, and in case if you have any doubt, feel free to call me. Thanks.
Sure. Thank
Have a
you.
good day. Bye.